We are going to study algebraic equations of two variables, and we are also going to learn how to visualize those algebraic equations in the coordinate plane. So in this video, I'm going to explain the basic terminology of the coordinate plane and explain how to plot points on the coordinate plane. So the coordinate plane is basically a plane where each point has coordinates. So here we have two lines. These are called axes. And the horizontal line is called the x-axis. And the vertical line is called the y-axis. And the point where they meet, it is called the origin. Now x-axis and y-axis, they have coordinates. And the arrow goes in one direction. That's the increasing direction of the coordinates. So at the origin, the coordinate begins from 0, and it increases to the right. The x-coordinate increases to the right, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And when we go left from the origin, the coordinates go in the negative direction. And for y-axis, up is the increasing direction, and down is the decreasing direction. Now, if there is a point on the plane, we can read its xy coordinates. We can read the x-coordinate by dropping the point onto the x-axis. The number is 3, so the x-coordinate is 3. And we can read the y-coordinate by projecting it onto the y-axis. And the number is 2, so that is the y-coordinates. And the xy coordinates of the point is written in the parentheses, separated by a comma. The first number is the x-coordinate, the second number is the y-coordinate. Conversely, if we are given xy coordinates, we can plot the point corresponding to those coordinates on the plane. So suppose you are given negative 4, 1. The x-coordinate is negative 4. And find negative 4 on the x-axis. It is right here. And to find y-coordinate 1, it's right here. Then we draw lines at 4 and at 1. And these two lines meet at this point, and that's the point whose x-coordinate is negative 4 and y-coordinate is 1. Now, if you look at the coordinate plane and the xy axis divide the whole plane into 4 pieces. Now, the part of the plane over here, this is called quadrant 1. This is the place where every point has positive x-coordinate and positive y-coordinate. Now, this part of the plane is called quadrant 2, or the second quadrant. Now, if you look at the points on this part of the plane, the x-coordinate is negative and y-coordinate is positive. The part of the plane down here, this is the third quadrant, or quadrant 3. And if you look at the x-coordinates and y-coordinates, they are both negative. And finally, the fourth quadrant, over here, x-y coordinates are positive and negative. So the quadrants go counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, finally, I'm going to tell you a few other names of the coordinate plane. Sometimes we call it xy plane, or sometimes we call it Cartesian plane.